Good morning. As you can see, it is Tuesday, the 18th of April 2023, and things are going insane here in Australia. Apart from having some of the strictest lockdowns and some of the harshest rates of jibby-jab uptake by the population, and the overreach of the police and the military, and just the whole way that the government has turned everything into the woke mentality, our Prime Minister to the politicians, the 15-minute cities that are coming here, the agenda is just full on here. And now to find this, I couldn't believe it. This is from yesterday in America, so it's today, and forbidden meat. Genetically engineered woolly mammoth meat is the future of food. And I went, hey, you got it. And then you get to the bottom. Get a little bit further. Australian cultured meat company vow. And when you vow, you make a promise, like you have marriage vows. It is like a solemn promise that you give to somebody. It's meant to be, binding and, positive. But none of this is positive. This creature, the woolly mammoth, hasn't been around for a long time. Do they just want to create these woolly mammoths? Obviously, it's all lab grown, because they want the ivory. Look at the tusks. A lot more than what you get on an elephant or on a seal, one of those big seals. But anyway, grown entirely in a lab. There's a catch. No one can eat it yet. So I had a look. You can read all of this. I'm not going to go into all of it. So I went to say, okay, what is it with this vow? And then we have the vow here. And we get into vow. Food that is forged, not farmed. Forged is what you would use when you use wool, iron. You melt iron, you smelt iron to make a weapon. A tool, some type of implement. So, the team at WOW to turn imagination into reality with cultured meats, pushing the boundaries of technology to bring cutting round products. And you get down here, this guy here, George Pepperpoo, and it sounds like, Pepperpoo like Pikachu. Yeah, he's a bit of a space robot. I don't like him straight away, but anyway. He's obviously here in Australia. He's started this vow company. Is lab-grown meat available in Australia? Vow, here we go, has become the first cell-based meat player in Australia to begin the regulatory approval process with Food Standards ANZ. I thought that was a bank, but anyway, in the hopes of having lab-grown quail on dinner plates. They're talking about quail here. Quails are tiny little birds, because we know they all started with chicken, because, within the jibby jabs and all the vaccines throughout the time, they always use the egg from the chicken as part of the growth hormone. When you have a vaccine or anything with mRNA that is grown from nothing, you need to have that life spark thing. The energy growth, the growth hormone. We have the human growth hormone, you have the animal growth hormone. That's why they say that all of these things, like the chickens that are lab grown, I did a video on that, they're not slaughter free, because you need a pregnant female cow to take all of those birth growing processes and enzymes within her body to be replicated and to be smeared onto other rubbish to create something. So nothing comes from nothing. So they're talking about quail, but we weren't talking about quail, were we? We were talking about the woolly mammoth. So how does it go from here to this? And it will be in 2024, so next year, which I'm absolutely horrified. Okay. And then the FDA says, yes, it's fine to eat this genetically modified stuff. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm sorry, but I won't be eating. I won't be eating any of that. Are animals killed for lab-grown meat? But it doesn't require killing animals. It does. Its cultivation process begins with cells extracted from the real chickens. Yeah, but there has to be a female chicken that has the capability to provide life. And that's where you can have your men that want to become women, and they can have all the transgender surgery and everything in the world, but they will never ever have an ovary, and they'll never have eggs. So I'm horrified at all of this, and to see that Australia is becoming so much. And then we've got Mr. Papa-Poo, whatever he is again. But they keep talking about, look at that. They The company, which in November raised 45 million, 50 million US dollars from Blackbird Ventures and Prosperity 7 Ventures, and has no intention of competing with Aussie farmers. Of course they are. Instead, developing cell-based meats that are healthier and tastier, utilising cells from animals such as rabbits, kangaroos, alpaca, goat and water buffalo. Well, how does that come back with when we were looking? This is all from Financial Review. This isn't bullshit. How does that all come to the woolly mammoth? They're talking about everything but the woolly mammoth. And look at all these down here. Neanderthal eating habits contribute to their demise. Oh, so now they're going to give you the fear factor because the Neanderthals ate meat. That's how they died. Oh, and this, yes, they're doing purple tomatoes in America. That's happening. It's already been approved by the FDA. They will be coming. And so all of this, artificial intelligence to detect cropped, I'm all over the place here. This is insane. Crops again, why scientists are afraid to talk about them. A French startup has engineered house plants that scrub toxins from the air. Anti-vaxxers based their rejectionism on a study claiming COVID shots cause excessive deaths. Now it's been retracted. Well, I don't believe that. It is causing excess deaths. Suddenly not here anymore. It's true. And people that haven't had it, like me, I haven't had one, and I will never take one, are fine. I've never had the CV. I've never had it all. But anyway, it's not going up for sale, but I think we need to investigate who those people are. The key protein that gives meats its taste and is filled in the blanks. Oh, God, this is insane. They're inserting these genes into sheep cells and let the cells multiply until they reach a meatball-sized amount. So so you're eating a woolly mammoth cell that is grown out of a cow. No, it's not a cow. It's a sheep. So if you don't like lamb, I eat chicken and I eat turkey and I eat fish. If it's got more than 4 legs, if it's got more than 2 legs, I don't eat it. So this is just insane. So if the meatball isn't going to make to the restaurant menus or supermarkets, why bother creating it? They said there's a broader message. It's not a message behind the mammoth meatball. It's not a broader message. It is a plan, an agenda. Oh, wow. I just don't understand how anybody... You can look and you can see that all of the genetically modified foods are not healthy. They're not good for you. And I don't care what anybody says, they're not. And here's the purple tomatoes that will soon be in the grocery stores in America. And this is from a week ago because we're the 18th now, and that was on the 10th. They're saying that it's got so many antioxidants in it. It's really good for you. It's healthy. I looked at all of these people. Here's German. I don't know what she is, but these 2 guys are like German. They're from Kathy Martin. I was looking at her. I was wondering, why the hell have I got Kathy Martin on here? I was like, why? And I shut her down. Where is she? I was looking at her. Oh, there she is. See, this is what I looked at. I was looking at her. And there she is. She goes on all these field trips to Queensland, South Queensland. This is Kathy Martin. So she's Australian. There you go. And she's a group leader somewhere. So everywhere you go. So the genetic tomatoes are here through John Incarne's Centre. But she's doing a whole heap of stuff here in Queensland. And you know what I think about our Queensland our Queensland Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, who I affectionately call Anastasia Pile of Shit. So it's to find that she's here with the tomatoes. So we've got her with the tomatoes. And let's just go back to the very, very start where we were. Here. here with the tomatoes. This is how we got to her, through here, through these genetically modified tomatoes. And here she is. Her name comes up. There they are. Don't they look appetizing? Can't wait to get my lips wrapped around those. Yum, tasty. So yeah, it's just going way too far. You know, once again, when you think of what happened with the pharmaceuticals, any natural products that were healthy, were freely available, were safe, were effective, but had no money-making opportunities, they didn't want. So they pretty much removed all of that, indoctrinated people that that stuff's bad for you. It's old science. We need the new science, new technology. And they moved us all to pharmaceuticals, which created its own problem, created us dependent on, you have an illness, you have a medicine for it, and then you have all the side effects from the medicine. And it's this round robin. You never get off. And that's what they're doing with the food. So they're turning a normal tomato into, but these have, oh look, these are just so much better. They have, you know, they have more antioxidants. They're healthier for you. They have, look at this, you know, they're so much better for you. You know, it might look a bit weird, but it's really, really healthy. It's as good as a blueberry and as good as raspberries, because the purple color is, you know, creates all antioxidants, and it's healthier for you, and it will give you all these health benefits. It'll make you look younger, feel younger, keep you alive, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing you know, this will be something that is patented because it has been changed or altered or amended. Therefore, it's going to be more expensive. And there's Kathy Martin. There she is. With experts in the UK, with Professor Kathy Martin, because her research was focused on how to make food healthier, more nutritious, and hopefully more attractive. And why is she here in Australia? She's in the UK. They're bringing the tomatoes out in the US. So why the hell is she here in Australia? Because it's all a big plan, guys. That's what they do. They try to make everyone feel inclusive. You know, we're in such an inclusive society. Everyone has to be, you know, we're all in it together. And so they tarnish us all with the same rubbish. So look into this in your own country. Find out what's happening where you are. So we've got, you know, the woolly mammoth here in Australia that we're going to be eating next year. We've got red tomatoes, or purple tomatoes, sorry, that are coming. Anyway, in the US grocery stores come to fruition. So they're already there. Yeah, but I will link these articles and you can check them out yourself. So look after yourselves, look after your family, look after your dear darling friends and animals and your children. And I'll say as I do, Godspeed to all. Godspeed.
It makes me sick what I do for this shitty planet.